Finance Committee is not here. But I think it is, they're looking for 4.9 billion shillings. If you take the CDF, 200 million per constituency times 290, that is 58 billion shillings. If you just remove 4.9 so that an MP is getting slightly less CDF than they are getting, you'll pay the doctors and there'll be no noise. There is a young man called Ndindi Nyoro, the chairman of Budget and Appropriation Committee, Finance something. That committee in the National Assembly that advises Parliament on issues of appropriation, which figures go where and what not. Ndindi Nyoro, my good brother, relax, work. Instead of setting your eye on an imaginary year called 2032, where your age mates are telling you that you will be ABCD, concentrate, do your work for a few years. Before you came there, Mutaba Musimi was there. Before Mutaba Musimi came there, others were there. Don't use that opportunity to deny key players the benefit of support from the commonwealth of this country called the budget. Mr. Speaker, I therefore will continue insisting that doctors be supported to go back on duty so that we help President William Ruto to succeed. Even his tenure, it will go down in history for 5 years that the medical services collapsed. It is the single agenda that would cause the voters not to want to re-elect our government. So those of us who are supporting that agenda of doctors be paid, we are the ones who are helping the president to get re-elected in 2027. There is no shortcut. It's a question of calling people to the polling station. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy that the chairman of Health has put in his best. Chairman, we support you. I know how limited your input can be if you don't enjoy the powers of the cabinet, but that does not mean that we shall give up. We will only look for better ways of making sure that doctors return to hospital. Finally, Mr. Speaker, allow me to allow some people to hate doctors, to call them the names they want. Even if you don't like doctors, then like the patients. Because the patients is where you find your wife, where you find your children, where you find your parents, Mr. Speaker. So, if you don't learn to like your parents, your wife, your children, and your friends, when you lose them, the doctors don't come to bury them. It is you who is going to bury them. And I'm glad that the Senator for Nandi has now come back. I wish we could change standing orders so that he could be given another chance to apologize to doctors. Those of us, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker.
What is your point of order, Senator Cherge?
Mr. Speaker, inasmuch I respect the ranking member, the Senator of Kakamega, Mr. Speaker, two points of orders. One, I don't need to apologize to anybody because my facts are unanswered. I said if there is a way we can have conversation about internship payments in this country. Number two, Mr. Speaker, I'm rising on Standing Order 101. Mr. Speaker, Standing Order 101 talks that you cannot talk about another member of parliament who is not. No senator shall impute improper motive to any other senator or to a member of the National Assembly, except upon a specific substantive motion of which at least 3 days' notice has been given, calling into question the conduct of that senator or member of National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, Senator Boni Khalwale cannot be allowed to be making sweeping statements. These are House of Rules and Orders. Did you listen trying to discuss the member of National Assembly of Kiharu constituency, Mr. Speaker, creating a perception among